Hello friends, I made this for. My name is Lauren, and today I have a little video to talk about Mercury moving into Virgo. Now, you might be thinking, Lauren, why are you making a video about this and not the Neptune-Mars North Node conjunction? Well, let me tell you, friend. First of all, thanks for asking. Second of all, I love astrology. I love tarot. I love all of those things. And in fact, we'll be looking at astrology through the tarot for those of you who've never been here before. Hi, hello, my name is Lauren, and that's what I do a lot. But this conjunction is one of those things that I would highly consider myself a respectable idiot. I don't know enough about how this conjunction overlaps. There's so many people that are having hot take after hot take. A lot of those hot takes being super spooky and like danger, right? Which for many reasons I totally understand and respect. And I will say, as someone who is literally recording this on August 1st, I have had a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach for like 2 or 3 days now, and I have no idea what it means. I don't know what to make of it, and so I personally feel like, with myself feeling so like I wouldn't have really good reflections on how to talk or what to talk about when it comes to this transit. Now, for those of you who have been here before, I do sometimes talk about conjunctions and things like that. But Neptune and Mars, what I do know, they meet up every 2 years, but being in the North Node, this is definitely a little more auspicious. So for those of you who are feeling a little tummy butterfly feeling too, I'm right there with you. But with that said, let's talk about Mercury in Virgo. That is happening on the 3rd. So that's going to be happening Wednesday. And the deck I am going to be using is actually a brand new deck to me. It is the medieval Scapini Tarot. I'm going to say that's how that's pronounced, but I'm probably wrong. So let me know what you think on that. But with that said, as always, share this video with someone you love, hate, or lust after, best friends, and family members, if you found it supportive. I'm going to be looking at the Magician and the Hermit, because the Magician is Mercury and the Hermit is Virgo. So as always, pull out your own cards in these decks and let's just dive into it. First, let's start with the Magician. As always, I like to start with the Magician because this is the planet that we're talking about, Mercury. This is a planet where we are starting to kind of traverse the world. We are deciding what to do. We are finding our direction, right? And this is really important because it's all about putting together everything in front of us and being able to use these tools, using our tools. So for Mercury, the tool is communication. It's receiving information, it's dispersing information. So the Magician is a reminder that this information has many ways of being connected to us, of us like really internalizing, whether it's listening, doing, and doing is more of a Mars thing, sure. But I think like the act of making this video, that's very Mercury energy. Even though it's an action with communication. So that, I hope that kind of gives you some nuance to this idea that we are moving through the world and receiving messages, giving messages. That's the Mercury sort of energy, right? And in this picture, we see the Magician with all their tools on like a little tool table. And of course, all the tools are the different suits in the tarot. So all of these different ways of processing communication, of sharing ideas, things like that. There are so many methods, especially now, of us being able to do that. So this is kind of the illustration that I want to invite you to pull out and just really think about when it comes to what are our modes, our methods of communicating and sharing ideas. My wrist keeps popping. So now that we know what Mercury is, and of course if you've been here before, you already know this shit because I always do this. But with Mercury being in Virgo, what does that mean? Well, Virgo in the tarot is the Hermit. And the Hermit is usually an older person holding a lamp. The lamp being the light that we create that helps us lead our own way. We're able to find our way in the dark with the light that we have personally put together for ourselves. So that's a big lesson with the Hermit, a big card of a big teacher card, a big teacher moment with this card, right? The Hermit is a way to understand Virgo as more of an energy that is about finding truth, honing in on that, and being methodical rather than rash and moving quickly. So this might be a time where our communicative exploration might be a little bit more focused on pinpointing what needs the most work, what needs the most attention from us. With Mercury in Virgo, there's also the invitation to slow down how we communicate or what we're communicating and really being more mindful than before, especially because the sign prior was Leo, very and I've explained this before. With the astrological wheel, we're constantly going through expansion and contraction. This would be considered a contraction time rather than an expansion time because fire is more of that expansive energy, and Earth, which is Virgo, is more of a contraction energy. It's more of that container. It's a solid space. It's not just like a gas, like fire is, like that alchemic energy of fire that is able to consume a space. This is very much a set boundary, a set square, right? So in this time of Mercury in Virgo, there is the element of slowing down, of being very much methodical with what you're saying rather than just getting the point out there, being very mindful of how you want to get your concept out there, how you want to be received is a little bit more important here because the emphasis is really on that mindfulness, right? And of course, with the old person, this old kind of like crone energy, there's this idea of taking the time slowly, right? Like this, a lot of representations of the Hermit, it's mountains and an old person. And this is the idea of slow and steady wins the race. And that might also mean you don't have to rush through reading your emails. Take your time being mindful so that you can really have awareness of what is being said to you and how it's being said to you in this time. And just kind of doing more check-ins with yourself. Are you totally understanding what someone is saying? Is someone totally understanding you or misinterpreting something? Do you guys need to talk a little more? How can we consolidate to the most important messages that we need to share? And also, since this is the Hermit, I would almost invite you to go, do you need to say that much right now? Or does it need to even be said? At this time, is that kind of our method of protection, right? So those are some of my reflections on the Magician and the Hermit, basically Mercury and Virgo. This is very much giving, perhaps we got burned a little too much during Leo, Mercury time because we were just a little too loud and proud, right? Or maybe we made our peace, we said our fucking words, and now we're ready to take a break and just sit back and do some more reflecting, some more learning. A good thing that I want to also reiterate with the Hermit and Virgo, this can be a really important time with Virgo and Mercury to just, instead of projecting the information, receive information, study, put that energy into really downloading the information that you want in a way to support you moving forward. What our knowledge, our power of knowledge is the light, is the Hermit's light. When we are educating ourselves, we're really doing a lot to light the way forward so that we're not getting confused or overwhelmed as much. With that said, here are little teachers. Let me know down below. How does this sound? Do you feel any shift? Is today specifically really like fucking with you like it is me? Let me know. And of course, make sure to check out the links as well in my link tree. I have t-shirts and all sorts of other fun things. I'm coming out with a coloring book soon, and so I would love for you to get all the information when it comes out. And of course, my link tree has my email list sign up. So if you want to sign up for my email list and be on the ground floor of some interesting new things that I'm launching this month, go on and check them out. Until next time, drink some water, take a nap, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.